Damn, I've been working real hard on myself and my health and my happiness. Hit pause on my life, took time on my mind, been working less. Cause I lost myself, I forgot myself, and I don't deserve it. Okay, let me give myself a hand. Let me give myself a hand. Tell myself get up and dance. So I move my feet out of all of me. Let me give myself a hand. I want it, I'ma treat myself. I want it, I'ma treat myself. I want it, I'ma treat myself. Let me give my Ooh, I promise to myself that I'ma treat me right. Amen. Ooh, I try my best to never have a sleepless night. I fight for me, and honestly, I deserve some credit. Okay, babe, let me give myself a hand. Let me give myself a hand. Tell myself get up and dance. I move my feet out of all of me. Let me give myself a hand. I want it, I'ma treat myself. I want it, I'ma treat myself. I want it, I'ma treat myself. Let me give myself.
Green light go, that's all I know. And when I roll, I'm in control. Don't matter what they say, no, I don't care. Ain't gonna walk away until I'm there. Move all day and I never get tired. Move all day and I never give up. Move all day and I never get tired. Move all day and I never give up. Move all day and I never get tired. Move all day and I never give up. Move all day and I never get tired. Move all day and I never give up. Won't stop till I get that. from that fadeaway. Feels so good, even got my own parade. Come on, what a feeling! Ain't no better feeling than feeling what I'm feeling right now. Right now, right now. Ever get that feeling that makes you dance without any music? Music. You don't even need it to make you shake it and move it. Just do it. Here we go. Can't stop now. I'm on a roll. This euphoria feels phenomenal. The tingling from my head to toes. Ain't no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Feels so good, better than my birthday. Feels so good, higher than a jet plane. Feels so good, swishing from that fadeaway. Feels so good, even got my own parade. Better than my birthday, higher than a jet plane. Swishing from that fadeaway, even got my own parade. Come on, what a feeling! Ain't no better feeling than feeling what I'm feeling right now. Right now. So if you feel it good, if you feel it fine, if you're feeling alright, clap your hands 2 times. So if you feel it good, if you're feeling fine, if you're feeling alright, clap your hands 2 times. Oh, feels so good, better than my birthday. Feels so good, higher than a jet plane. Feels so good, swishing from that fadeaway. Feels so good, even got my own parade. Better than my birthday, higher than a jet plane. Swishing from that fadeaway, even got my own parade. What a feeling! Ain't no better feeling than feeling what I'm feeling right now. Right now. Ain't no better feeling than what I'm feeling right now.
Good afternoon to all staff, students, and guests. My name is Ethan Crowley, and I am the True Sport Student Representative here at Harborview High School. With this title, I am responsible for presenting this year's True Sport Sportsperson of the Year. True Sport is an independent, national, charitable organization that is designed to encourage Canadians to base their sporting experience on the values of fairness, excellence, inclusion, and fun. The True Sport Sportsperson of the Year is a student who exemplifies the 7 True Sport principles. Go for it, play fair, keep it fun, respect others, stay healthy, include everyone, and give back. The student athlete chosen for this award stands out among their peers as someone who exemplifies all of these principles and values sportsmanship above all. They make their sporting community better because of their positive attitude and contagious energy. This year's recipient is no exception. This fiercely competitive athlete has made a lasting impression on Harborview and its athletics program. A pivotal piece of our varsity soccer, basketball, and volleyball teams, their passion for success and hard work breathes energy into everyone around them, making an especially tough year for high school sports one to remember. When asked about this athlete, Emily Thomas, varsity girls basketball coach, said that she was always our most enthusiastic player at practices and games, but especially games. She always came to practice with a positive and open mind that always helped our team. It helped our team because she's a natural leader, and her teammates would feed off her energy. The varsity girls soccer coach, Miss Stubbs, also had this to say about this year's recipient, saying she was the captain of the girls soccer team for many reasons, a few being respectful, dependable, self-disciplined, optimistic, and a strong sense of motivation. She had a great sportsmanship both on and off the soccer field. It did not matter what the score was. She was ready to play and gave it everything she had. Always there to make the clutch save, the putback rebound, or the game-winning block, it would be easy to discard this athlete as simply an athlete. However, they also have dedicated themselves to assisting the development of the athletics department at Harborview and in their local community in many ways. I have had the honor of working alongside this athlete for the past 2 years, firstly as a student athletic director and now as co-assistant athletic director. Running an athletics department takes lots of organization, and without her, our athletics department would be a mess. Their commitment to athletics extends beyond the confines of a high school setting. She regularly gives back to her community by volunteering as a youth soccer and basketball coach to develop the future generation of athletes. She can often be found in the gym on a Saturday morning rounding up children for a drill and cleaning up Timbit's soccer nets that same Saturday night. Some may say this wealth of knowledge, friendly approach, and incredible athletic ability runs in the family, but after years of seeing this athlete at work, I believe she has earned it all. I now present the 2021 True Sport Sports Person of the Year to Rebecca Palmer, an athlete who always goes for it, plays fair, respects others, keeps it fun, stays healthy, includes everyone, and gives back. Thanks to her, we all get to have a safe and enjoyable athletics experience.
I'm so happy to have been asked to speak about this year's Junior Male Athlete of the Year. At first, I was really intimidated because this year has continued to be a challenge in so many ways. The cross-country season was canceled just before our main races, so I had to go back into my pictures and race notes to refresh my memory, and that's where the fun began. All year, I have been saying that I rarely get to see people, but our Junior Athlete of the Year is very visible. I often see this young man running to music class, running to practice, running to rowing, running to basketball practice, and running out to get his drive. Next year, I suspect I will see him running down the corridor to get people pumped up for the morning announcements. He is a runner, a dribbler, and a libero. When he wasn't in the gym, he was in the band room working on his arm strength by pumping a little brass, and now all these arm and leg workouts have set him up for a season on the water. What I didn't know was that during cross-country races, the loud cheering was actually training for volleyball. Just wait, I'll explain. His volleyball coaches say, Aiden is an extremely hard-working young man. The first practice we had, we already knew he would be a captain. He had great leadership skills, leading warm-ups, setting up the net, cheering the boys on during hard drills, or giving the new guys some volleyball tips. Aiden is a defensive specialist, so he earned the starting libero position. Being the lib carries a lot of responsibility, such as being the loudest on the court and telling everybody and making sure that everyone is where they need to be. We put a lot of responsibility on Aiden this year as we told him to take every free ball that comes over the net, because not only was he the best passer on the team, but also led the team in digs for the season, which is huge. In basketball, Dave Black was quick to point out that Aiden was an ultimate team player and leader. He pushed other players to be their best. Aiden had a positive voice, was totally committed to the team, and never missed a practice or a game. On the court, he hustled and gave 100%. Aiden had great vision on the court. He was a selfless player whose number one goal was to help the team win games. And in rowing, Miss O'Connell said, I had the pleasure of coaching Aiden for the first time this year on the HV rowing team. Any athlete willing to get up at 5:30 in the morning to go out on the water or put up with the torture of the rowing machine is a standout in my book. Aiden always does both with a smile and positive energy. Aiden listens intently when being instructed by one of the coaches and is always looking for ways to improve his form and technique. I look forward to seeing what he can do on the water for years to come. And that brings me back to cross country, where I know that he joked about pre-run breakfasts of bacon and having the best looking team running shorts in the NBIAA. Aiden was the ringleader of our JV boys team. He was determined to get the HV team racing this past fall with the goal of repeating the team qualifiers for provincials, as his JV squad was the first to ever qualify as a cross-country team for provincials from Harborview. He offered drives and only missed practices if he had another photo op later in the day, aka school pictures. He hammed it up during past races, remembering that yes, cross country is a team sport. Aiden, I know how much you are missing those booty shorts, armbands, and mid-race photo faces. Next year. Aiden comes from a very active family where sports, sportsmanship, and giving back to the sporting community have been integral from day one. He has grown up with these values and is honing them every day at Harborview as he is given the freedom to try new sports, gain experience in his favorite sports, and to gain leadership experience that will serve him well as he develops into a mature athlete. It is my honor and pleasure to award Aiden Crowley with Junior Athlete of the Year.
Athletes of the Year exhibit the following characteristics: good sportsmanship, positive attitude on and off the playing surface, leadership and cooperation with teammates, coaches, and officials. The chosen athletes must demonstrate outstanding athleticism while maintaining good grades and attendance. Having spent the last few months coaching the junior girls volleyball team, I had the pleasure of spending a significant amount of time with this year's recipient, and I'm pleased to say that she's demonstrated all of these characteristics. This two-sport athlete made a significant contributions to the success of both basketball and volleyball teams during this most unusual of seasons. While not the most vocal player on her teams, her consistent sportsmanship, work ethic, athleticism allowed her to lead by example. This athlete definitely demonstrates the core values of the Vikings. I'm pleased to announce that Haley Palmer is this year's Junior Girls Athlete of the Year. Haley is one of the most coachable athletes that I've ever worked with. She walked in an athletic basketball player and walked out a true volleyball player. During the first few practices, I observed that Haley had the strength and vertical to dominate the opposition at the net, but was consistently pounding the balls off the back wall. She listened intently to our instructions and made the necessary adjustments in her technique to refine her skill and become arguably the hardest and most accurate hitter in our conference. Haley always arrived to practice focused and ready to learn. She never took coaches' suggestions as criticism, and her desire to improve was noticeable. The junior girls volleyball team adopted a large plastic pterodactyl this season and affectionately named him Phil. Here he is. At the completion of each game, the coaches awarded Phil to the player on the team that beat themselves. This is to say, the player exhibited a level of play beyond and above their typical skill set, that they truly showed improvement during the match. Haley was the only player on our team to have brought home the coveted pterodactyl twice. Haley just kept getting better. Here's what Haley's basketball coach, Laura Carr, had to say. I've coached Haley for many years, and one word comes to mind is growth. And I'm not only talking about her height. Haley has no idea how talented she is. This is both my favorite thing about her and the most frustrating thing about her. I've never coached a player who has such natural abilities on the court. She makes it look effortless. Offensively, she dominates time and time again with her smooth layups and goosebump-worthy three-pointers. Her defense has come a long way, and I've watched her motivate herself and her teammates to be better. It has been extremely rewarding as a coach to watch Haley excel as a high school athlete. But more than that, it's been rewarding to see her grow and mature as a teammate, athlete, and person, and gain confidence in herself. She's become a leader who others look up to and respect. I, too, have noticed that on the volleyball court. Haley has a quiet leadership style, but when she speaks up, her teammates tend to listen as they see it as important. I believe that she earned their respect through her elite athleticism and loyalty to the team. If she told a teammate that they made a good play, she meant it, and the girls knew she meant it. I am thrilled that HVHS's 2021 Junior Female Athlete of the Year is Haley Palmer. I couldn't be happier for this extraordinary young athlete, and I cannot wait to watch her continue to grow. Congrats, Haley.
What do rowing, basketball, volleyball, cross country, track and field, and soccer have in common? The winner of this year's senior male athlete, that is what. 4 years ago, this young man walked into my grade 9 English class. I did not realize it at the time, but I was going to have the chance to get to know someone who embodies what it means to have Viking spirit. He is a dedicated athlete who shows up to each game ready to play. From the first whistle to the last whistle, he does not stop. When I reached out to others about this young man, I was met with an endless list of qualities, including reliable, mature, hardworking, inclusive, committed, responsible, and strong, to just name a few. Genuine is a quality that was repeated on this list. He is someone who truly cares for others. Whether it is a simple hello, how was your day, or a thank you to a coach at the end of a game, these simple acts are what set him apart from others. When I asked Luca Taub, the coach of the soccer team, about this young man, he sent along a lovely message outlining all of these qualities. He told me he is someone you just feel lucky to be around because his infectious good nature helps make everyone feel better. He is grateful for the opportunity to have coached him. His positivity is another attribute that is noticed by everyone around him. He can always be counted on to give a quick shout out or pep talk to his teammates when they are feeling down and out. Perhaps one of the strongest qualities that comes from this list is selfless. Mr. Palmer commented that he is one of the first people to step up and help others when needed. Jacob McLean, the coach of the volleyball team, described this young man as the glue guy. He held the team together in so many ways. He felt he was an outstanding athlete with a work ethic to match. As I touch on the next part of my speech, it is impossible for me to not give away the winner of this award. This young man stepped up and took on the organization of the True Sport Award each month because, according to Mr. Palmer, that is what Ethan Crowley does. He always thinks of others first. I can't think of a better person to take on the task of the True Sport Award. He epitomizes what it means to be a true sport. When you watch him play, you see someone who cares about his fellow players. His interactions with his teammates in the opposing team always exudes sportsmanship. He never loses his temper. He is the first to help a teammate who is feeling down, and he picks up his team when they need it. As Mr. Palmer said, he is an inclusive leader who looks out for all of his teammates, no matter their ability. Luca Taub felt that he learned more from coaching Ethan than Ethan could ever learn from him. It does not matter if this young man is dribbling a ball down a court, spiking one over a net, or shooting towards a goal. Whatever he does it with purpose and passion. Miss O'Connell said he is one of the most focused and diligent athletes she has had the pleasure of coaching. Whether they are on the water or the rowing machine, he gives 110%. He can be counted on to step up and help others when something needs to be done. Mrs. Dick described him as a multi-sport athlete who loves to bring everyone along for the ride. Ethan has proven to be one of the strongest athletes on any team he is part of. He encourages others to be active in school, no matter their abilities. Going back to the young grade 9 student who walked into my class 4 years ago, I now see a young man who has become an integral part of the Harborview community. Yes, we can say that Harborview has a positive influence on him. He has met teammates he will always remember. He has participated in activities that allowed for great memories. But I truly feel that Harborview is a better place because of students and athletes such as Ethan Crowley. As someone who has helped with various sports teams at the school, we are always told by officials how positive our athletes are and what good sports they are. And this is because we have leaders such as Ethan on our teams. He sets the tone for his teammate on and off the court. He leads with kindness and compassion while giving his all in whatever sport he is taking on. It has been a true pleasure watching this grade 9 student turn into a young man that personifies what it means to be a true sport and a member of the Harborview Viking family. As faculty advisor for sports, I knew I could count on him to help, whether that help came from setting an example for young teammates or leading with sportsmanship. He never disappointed.
Hold up.
Senior Female Athlete of the Year is awarded to an athlete that exhibits the following: good sportsmanship, a positive attitude both on and off the playing surface, leadership and cooperation with teammates, coaches, and officials. The chosen athlete must demonstrate outstanding athleticism while maintaining good grades and attendance. The recipient of the Senior Female Athlete Award has exhibited all qualities over the past 4 years while participating in multiple sports. This athlete is someone that can fly under the radar due to her quiet disposition, but this does not take away from her hard work, skill, and dedication. She often stands out for her quiet leadership and focus on the field, court, or water. She is just as focused at a practice as she is in a game. Her commitment to giving it her all sets an example for her fellow athletes and teammates. As her rowing coach, I was impressed right away with her athletic ability and commitment to physical fitness. She gives 110% to everything she takes on and is always looking to improve herself, taking constructive criticism with a maturity far beyond her years. While an injury sidelined her for the second part of the rowing season, I feel privileged to have coached her on the water. Her softball coach, Kevin Walsh, had this to say: "I have known Shannon for several years as a competitor, and I've had the privilege to coach her in both the 2019 and 2020 high school softball season. She is a quiet leader that leads by example and does anything that is asked of her. Her talent and competitiveness is second to none, and it shows in her commitment to practices and games. There is no doubt in my mind that she will achieve great things in life with her work ethic and strong personality. I'm very happy to see that she is being honored with this award. I can't imagine anyone more deserving." Volleyball official Jennifer Brown stated that Shannon is a strong, fierce, but quiet leader. She is an exceptional setter in volleyball who strategically guides her team in a very intelligent way. I have been officiating volleyball for a long time, and it is not often that you come across someone like Shannon. She has an edge to her athleticism and is always thinking one step ahead. Shannon is an athlete that always maintains her cool under pressure and poise with her peers and officials. She leads by example and is a true team player. She has grown into an exceptional athlete, and it has been my pleasure to be one of her coaches. Congratulations to Shannon Monroe, 2021 recipient for Senior Female Athlete of the Year.
The Bob McLean Memorial Award, also known as Musician of the Year, is presented annually to the most outstanding musician of HVHS as evidenced through consistent and outstanding performance in curricular and extracurricular musical activities. These activities must include school groups, but could also include district and community-based ensembles. The recipient of this award participates in ensemble and individual musical performance and continually strives for the highest possible artistic expression. The culture of music making is a huge part of what makes Harborview the amazing school that it is. We have hundreds of students involved in our various opportunities. This year was definitely a challenge, for our grade 12 students especially, in many ways, but certainly when it comes to the music and drama programs. Many of the artistic opportunities that bring so many of our students together were not able to run. It is a tough time to be an artist. It would have been easy for our music students to drop the music program, knowing how much they were going to miss out on. I feel compelled to take a moment to say that I am so proud and grateful for the work and commitment shown by each and every one of our 33 graduating band members this year. Maybe we didn't have many chances to share our music making outside of the band room, but if we have learned anything this year, I hope it's how much we appreciate and value the simple act of making music with each other, and for the pure joy that it brings us. We are very lucky to have this little bubble of a band program, and I hope every band member feels as fortunate as I do to get to use music to build connections with each other that last a lifetime. On with the award. Being a great musician is much more than just being a good singer or instrumentalist. A great musician must also be a great leader. They must be organized, dedicated, passionate, and always be willing to learn. This year's winner of the Bob McLean Memorial Award possesses all of these traits, as well as being very talented. She has been an integral part of every facet of our music program: choir, jazz choir, band, scenes, musical, and music festivals. In the before times, this student was also a member of the St. Mary's Community Band, and I'm sure she will be in the after times as well. It should also be noted that this student earned an award of distinction this year and is the only student in several years to earn a winged V in both maroon and white. When I met Amy in grade 9 and heard her play the flute for the first time, I had wrongly assumed she must have had previous experience. Her combination of natural musical ability, genuine interest in improving, and relentless work ethic was incredible to see from a beginning band student. Over the next year, it was clear Amy needed a challenge, and so she had also become a member of our grade 10 band. As grade 10 began, Amy expanded her musical activities. She auditioned for Legally Blonde and earned a significant role as Vivian Kingston, where she really broke out of her norm and portrayed a hardworking, savvy, smart law student. Since then, her friends have lovingly referred to her as Viv. Choir, jazz choir, grade 10 band, senior band, pep band, Music 11-1, music festivals in New Brunswick and Toronto, and a week-long music camp at UPEI are all on her impressive list of musical activities in grade 10. This is also when she secretly started learning trumpet and began playing trumpet in our pep band. One of my favorite memories is watching Amy run off the court after she just played a basketball game, grab her trumpet, and jump into the stands to play in pep band for the next game. Classic Amy. Grade 11 followed with a similar pattern of music immersion for Amy. She had a significant role as Cinderella in Into the Woods, and though that show is most definitely filled with challenging songs, Cinderella's On the Steps of the Palace is one of the most difficult. The entrances, the timing, the intervals would be daunting for even a seasoned professional. Amy approached it with poise, intellect, and a sense of fun. Our orchestra of pros was fully expecting putting together Cinderella songs to be a lengthy process, but they apparently didn't know Amy. She came in fully prepared and confident. Very impressive. She also added to her plate Thursday evening rehearsals with St. Mary's Community Band and Harborview's first official band leadership team. This group takes care of many behind-the-scenes tasks that keep our program and concerts running smoothly. That's the thing with Amy. It's not about always playing the solo or always being in the spotlight. She's genuinely interested in how music works, how the band program works, and what she can do to help move it forward. Though Amy's list of accomplishments in music each year is very impressive, it might be her grade 12 year, when events were limited, that really shows her true love and passion for music. In a year when the only performance would be one recorded concert at the end of the year, she continued to seek opportunities to learn and grow as a musician. She continued her commitment to choir, jazz, senior band, and the band leadership team. She also enrolled in a music leadership course where she completed 24 chapters and 248 music theory drills with a 100% average. She also completed all 12 performance objectives for the course on both trumpet and flute. Hard work, quiet confidence, desire to learn, talent, and passion. Amy possesses every single one of these traits. This makes her an excellent student, an outstanding musician, and an extremely deserving recipient of this year's Bob McLean Musician of the Year Award. I have no doubt that no matter where Amy's bright future takes her, music will play an integral role. Congratulations to our Musician of the Year, Amy Viv LeBlanc.
Good evening. Tonight, I will be presenting the Viking Spirit Award. This award is given to a student who embodies the spirit of Harborview High School. The student personifies the Viking family values of creativity, fairness, independence, and achievement. The recipient of this award uses their originality, generosity, and work ethic to enhance our school and community. They help others to achieve and provide inspiration for their peers to invent themselves as students of Harborview High School. I am honored to be giving this speech tonight about a wonderful young woman who truly embodies all of these Viking qualities in everything she does. While speaking with some of her teachers, it was shared that this young woman leads her homeroom and classes with positivity and always displays a cheery attitude. She is on top of which events are happening at the school and is always promoting them to her peers. Additionally, she is often found helping peers in younger grades with different school-related items. She is awesome. One teacher mentions that while they did not have the chance to get to know her until this year, her sunny disposition and positive personality preceded her. She provides a vision for other students to see how fantastic their school can be. Even while reading the morning announcements, her upbeat and happy demeanor is infectious first thing in the morning. Her rugby coach mentions she's a joy to have on the rugby team. She encourages her teammates and keeps all the girls positive throughout the game, no matter the score. Although she was injured for some of the season, she came to each practice and game to cheer on and support her team. She has been a key recruiter, communicator, and leader. The team would not be the same without her. Her club advisors mention she has a joyfulness about her that injects her classes and extracurricular involvements with a positivity that is very much appreciated. Even when things are tough, she looks on the bright side or perseveres in such a positive way that it influences others around her to become more optimistic. She has a natural leadership ability that surfaces in an inclusive, lighthearted way, even when she is not in a defined leadership role. One of our vice principals mentions, I met this student when she was in grade 10. One of her peers introduced me to her saying, she will be your go-to girl for all your video needs. She was right. Throughout this entire school year, she has been working behind the scenes to promote the culture and community of our school. Her spirit and love of the school has shown through each of her videos. She has worked tirelessly for many hours on her creations and has done so with such a positive attitude. She has been called on many times to change scenes, make more edits, or has new ideas thrown at her last minute, and at every meeting her response is always, no problem. Her positive attitude, initiative, and creativity is truly what makes her the clear choice for the Viking Spirit Award. My first experience with this lovely young lady began last year. Annalise Nyland is well known within the Viking community for her video creating and editing skills. Her talents with video production have helped to highlight all of the wonderful aspects our school has to offer. She has spent countless hours displaying her Viking spirit by creating videos not only for Open House, but also for the Viking family values, which we honor each month, videos to display course descriptions so that her peers can make informed choices, videos featured on her social media posts, the graduation video for both last year and this year, and this very video you're watching tonight. Annalise, you have played a key role in keeping our Viking family connected during this unique time with the amazing videos you have created, as well as the spirit you upkeep each and every day here at school. In a year where our only form of connecting with future Vikings was through technology, your skills, spirit, and ability has never been more appreciated. Without you, we would not have experienced such success in capturing and displaying what life is truly like here at HVHS. You showed our future Vikings the spirit and values we hold here within our Viking family in such a beautiful way, and effectively displayed the many ways future Vikings can invent themselves here just like you have. Tonight, it is my pleasure to present Annalise Nyland with the Viking Spirit Award.
The Missy Boyne Memorial Award is dedicated to the memory of a teacher who exemplified what it is to be a good citizen. Our own Miss Manners, Missy embodied faith, hope, and charity. She fostered a love of learning in her students and valued, above academics, kindness, diligence, and a positive attitude. Each year, we use her standards when selecting the recipient of this award. I was lucky to have taught with Missy during the first few years of my career. The impact she left on our staff and her students is undeniable. When preparing for this presentation, I reached out to some colleagues to help me put into words just exactly what it was about Missy that made her so special. She set her standards high for both herself and her students. Missy saw the good in people and always greeted everyone with a smile. She was poised, polished, energetic, and humble. The responses I received about Missy echoed my thoughts about this year's award winner and made it clear that there couldn't be a more fitting recipient. Kate Patterson walked into my homeroom 4 years ago like a deer in headlights. A sweet, kind, nervous little deer. However, she settled in quickly, and before long, I recognized that Kate had so much to offer. She clearly had plans for her time at HVHS. And over the next few years, I watched Kate grow as a student, a friend, a leader, and a super-duper paper chain making, door decorating aficionado. Her extracurricular involvement is extensive: band, string ensemble, me to we, grad class, to name a few. Outside of school, Kate is a competitive curler who, prior to the COVID pandemic, was selected to represent Atlantic Canada at an international competition. Who knew, right? But even more impressive than Kate's resume is her willingness to help, her eagerness to learn, her astounding work ethic, and her genuine compassion for others. Academically, Kate is a thoughtful student who is unafraid of failure. She faces challenges in class with an open mind. She has the refreshing ability to laugh at herself and learn from her mistakes. As a member of the school community, Kate treats everyone with respect and expects the same from those around her. She is confident and speaks her mind, but careful and thoughtful in her approach, always with a smile on her face. Her other teachers see these same qualities. Here's what they had to say. Kate Patterson is one of the hardest workers I've ever met. In my class, she worked really hard and overcame the obstacle in her path. That's her way. She's a walking, talking version of the rigor that we speak of at Harborview. She's one of those people you just love to be around. She's kind, patient, and genuine, but she's also bold and a risk taker. Words such as kind, positive, polite, and diligent all come to mind when you think of Kate Patterson. She is never one to boast about her many accomplishments. Kate is an individual who always looks to better herself, whether it's in the community, academically, or in athletics. If I was only granted 2 words to describe Kate, it would be driven and dedicated. So as you can see, it's a consensus. Kate's unassuming nature lets her fly under the radar, so to speak. But, like Missy Boyne, the impact Kate has made is undeniable. It is my great pleasure to present the Missy Boyne Memorial Award to Kate Patterson.
Hold up.
It is my honor to be here today to present this year's Outstanding Student of the Year. This award includes the following criteria: academic performance and diverse extracurricular involvement. The students' activities demonstrate qualities including commitment, leadership, tenacity, initiative, fairness, self-discipline, and respect. The Student of the Year is a team player who enthusiastically promotes Harborview. I was once told by a veteran teacher that over the course of my teaching career, I would come across special students who would change lives, students who would stand out forever in my mind. 4 years ago, I met McLaren Dick. I knew I would be forever changed. Mac is exceptional, and in my opinion, one of the most captivating things about him is that he has no idea how much he has impacted not only my life, but the lives of so many here at Harborview. For those of you who know him, know that he is humble and kind, often coining the catchphrase, "not a big deal," when facing even the most challenging tasks. But in his words, I think the phrase is more like, "not a big deal." I have had the fascinating opportunity to have Mac in many math courses over the years and to have him as part of my homeroom community during his time at Harborview. I have found that having Mac as a member of my homeroom has dramatically changed my role as a homeroom teacher. He is an impactful leader and has shown me that through teamwork and commitment, anything is possible with a positive outlook. Mac makes a point
to talk to every single human in the room. Every single one. But he would say, not a big deal. I reached out to some colleagues, coaches, and others in the community so I could share with all of you how McLaren has impacted so many of us. Miss Orm said that throughout his time at Harborview, she has watched him grow into a wonderful young man. As a member of Student Council, she had the opportunity to watch him mature and find his stride as a leading member of Harborview. When COVID shut the world down, this young man stepped up with his fellow SRC Vikings to ensure our Viking family felt connected to our community. He was one of the first students to reach out and ask what he could do to help his Viking family in a time where everyone needed someone. At the start of this year, when we had yet to elect a student council, McLaren told her not to worry, that he and other former student council members would be there to help no matter what. Mr. Bell said that Mac is one of the nicest gentlemen he has ever taught. He is always in the same pleasant mood every day and is incredibly intelligent. Miss O'Connell had the pleasure of coaching McLaren for the past 4 years as part of the Harborview rowing team. It takes a dedicated student who is willing to get up at 5:30 a.m. and get into a tiny boat on the Kennebecasis River, and McLaren has been dedicated from the start. Many of the rowing athletes are grumpy at 6 a.m., but not Mac. His positive attitude and contagious sense of humor has always has others smiling and in a better mood. One thing that stands out about McLaren is his infectious smile and his sense of humor. He is the type of student who goes out of his way to make everyone feel included. He has a way with his peers and will put them at ease by simply taking the time to chat with them or offer words of encouragement. His peers look up to him and follow the example he sets. He is not someone to seek out a leadership position, but it comes naturally. Whether it's cheering on a teammate or doing a drill on the water, treating it like a race, Miss O'Connell said she cannot think of anyone more deserving of this award, and I agree. But in Mac's words, not a big deal. Stacy Wood at the Ideas Center had fabulous things to say. McLaren very quickly became a very important member of the Ideas Center crew and has clear goals and completed the entire program virtually. He cares very deeply about his community and the environment, which showed through his idea to create fishing lures out of discarded items that he found while he was fishing. Oh yeah, he's an avid fisher. There was never a task that was too large or anything too small that he did not want to be involved in. It is well known that Mac is a very conscientious academic, but for those of you who really know him, know he has done so much not only for our school, but also for the community. During his time at Harborview, Mac has played and led the soccer, rugby, volleyball, badminton, and rowing teams. He has been on the student council, participated in the band program, Me to We, gone to several leadership camps through Kiwanis and New Brunswick Legion, and has competed in several math competitions, often placing in one of the top places for our school. Beyond the walls of Harborview, Mac has given back in countless ways. Did you know that Mac has been volunteering at the food bank stocking shelves every week? You might not, because to him, it's not a big deal. It's part of being a good citizen and giving back. This past summer, Mac was the youngest tree planter on the New Brunswick Southern crew, getting up at 3:30 a.m., all while completing several hours of online coursework in the evenings to keep up his AP track courses. He also taught himself how to weld during the COVID lockdown of 2020. But I bet if you asked him, he would say, not a big deal. Mac has not only given back to his community in countless ways, but he is also an elite hockey player and has contributed greatly to hockey programs in the province, but would never tell you that. Alex Carter, Mac's U18 major AAA hockey coach, has had the unique privilege to coach Mac for 5 seasons and has watched Mac grow from a young 13-year-old kid to the grown man you all see today. Coach Carter said that when reflecting on his time with Mac, the word leader comes to mind in every capacity, not just on the ice, but in the community as well. Mac juggled the demanding pressures of being an elite athlete with determination and a positive attitude. In a world that is always looking forward, Mac understood the value of hard work, patience, and being humble. Coach Carter says that because he knows Mac would never tell you his long list of accomplishments in hockey, he will brag on Mac's behalf. The list is long. McLaren represented his province at the Canada Games in Red Deer, Alberta in 2019, was a 2-time captain of the Bantam and Midget AAA levels, a Quebec Major Junior League draft pick, a Maritime Junior A League draft pick, and has recently signed with one of the top Junior A programs in the country out of Brockville, Ontario. McLaren is not only a great hockey player, student, and teammate, but he is someone who has a positive impact on everyone he meets. The Vito's organization wishes Mac nothing but the best in his future endeavors, and they all know he will continue to lead every step of the way. For me, I think that what will stick out most is Mac's positivity and exceptional ability to engage and include everyone around him. He has a remarkable perspective and outlook. After all, life is about perspective, isn't it? You know, how we look at things that will either make or break us. In recent days, Mac and I were chatting about his recent opportunity to play hockey in the CCHL Premier Junior A League. We talked about taking this opportunity to play, knowing that school will be waiting for him. Oh yeah, did I mention his scholarships to Dalhousie and Queen's engineering programs? Not a big deal. Mac gets perspective and gets that although school is a huge part of who we are and although school is a huge part of who we are and it helps form our future, sometimes taking a detour for something we love and are passionate about is as important as working towards that university degree. I hope you can all understand just why McLaren Dick is this year's Outstanding Student of the Year. He might not think it's a big deal, but Mac, this award is a big deal, and you are a big deal. Harborview is lucky to have had you, and I think I speak for the entire Harborview community when I say this is well-deserved, you will be dearly missed, and we wish you all the best in all that you do. Congratulations.